to honor our mother, grandmother, sister, friend,
and brother.
And brother? Please. And honor you as well?
She's your brother?
Why not?
So that was a sister. That was a sister reference. She's your sister. Carolyn's going to kick things off with a few words.
Gretchen.
I don't know what to do.
Serenade.
Really?
Mom, as you all know, I come home every Saturday, and Mom and Dad and Pat and I have developed this routine. And thank you, Mom, for doing my laundry every single Saturday, while Pat and I peruse the city of Zanesville and create great havoc and practice our social skills.
How's that going, by the way?
Fantastic.
Oh, okay.
There's one thing that Mom has started to do that's very uncharacteristic of our mother, and which just makes it funnier. You know how Quinns have a tendency to stand in archways, any narrow hallway. There's a Quinn standing and you have to go, excuse me, excuse me. Every get together it happens. So, and I'm guilty of it too. I'm guilty of it too. So now what Mom started to do is when Pat and I are sitting at the dining room table and we pull the chair out, we're in the hallway, and Mom's trying to get through, she goes,
No words are necessary.
no words, and that's just so not like Mom. And then, you know, we move out of the way. She's even doing it to Dad, and Dad is moving. I know, right? So whenever, let's see, the other thing Mom does that you would not find very characteristic is she goes around singing, particularly to Pat. And my mom's not really particularly a singer, like the other queens are, but she goes around, hush, little baby! And I'm just like, what? And then she'll go to Pat, hush, little Patty! And we just convulse with laughter.
On tune, of course.
And another thing we've started to do every weekend, we watch a lot of the Big Bang Theory. I have a set of DVDs. I know it rocks. But Mom calls it the Ding Dong Show. So you remember Big Bang Theory. Oh, you didn't watch the Ding Dong Show, Carolyn?
I have trouble remembering that too, Mom.
It is hard to remember. But she remembers Ding Dong Show.
One track mind.
Mom, thanks for all the milk and cookies every day coming in after school while growing up. We always had milk and cookies.
Sweet.
Sweet. Thank you for taking me to see Agnes Moorehead. Remember the mother on Bewitched?
Yeah.
Mom took me to Secret Auditorium to see it. Just me and Mom, and I don't know what all you said.
Mom's godmother.
Is that when you became a witch?
That's what.
Yeah, but it was the only time I ever wore white gloves. So I remember sitting there with my little dress and white gloves going, oh my God, Agnes Moorehead from Bewitched is up on stage.
Gretchen or Carolyn.
It was really good.
Michael Jackson had nothing on you.
Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Carolyn. You were saying that was your mom's mother.
Godmother.
Godmother.
I'm sorry, what?
Agnes Moorehead is Mom's godmother.
I told you we had a connection.
Oh, that's cool. That's a fun fact.
You were asking what it was.
Did you get that, Paul?
Yes, yes. Agnes Moorehead is your mother.
Okay, good. That gives me a minute to find my place.
Her husband was one of Papa's friends.
Oh, okay. I guess that explains why who would want to go to Secret Auditorium? Really?
I would.
To see Agnes Moorehead?
Thanks, Mom, for letting me in the living room after you redecorated it and just let me have some quiet time and play with my paper dolls.
And the TV 24/7.
Actually, I don't think the TV was in there.
No, I don't think so.
No.
We didn't let anyone but Carolyn in.
Right.
She always kind of liked to be by herself. And,
Right.
That hasn't changed.
and she never messed up, so we had those French doors and
She didn't
so
play
we could
football on
close
her
it
knees.
off.
She didn't play football on her knees.
Loser. Okay, go ahead.
That's why she got in the living room.
For those who are following the program.
For the once in high school, I had a pimple on the end of my nose, and I told Mom, I don't want.
It's still there.
Is it? Oh my God. So I had this pimple on my nose, and I told Mom, I don't want to go to school today. And Mom said, you know, Carolyn, you have to remember that there are people in this world with scars and marks on their face that they have to live with the rest of their lives forever. You're going to have that pimple for what, 2 days? And I went to school with my big pimple. So, but I thought, she's right. She's right.
Made you humble, huh?
Made me humble. Thanks, Mom, for going with me on the trips to Chicago while I drove 80 miles an hour, not knowing where I'm going.
On the L.
Uh-huh. And I'm gripping the steering wheel. My knuckles are getting white, and Mom goes, Carolyn, 3 deep breaths. And then we both convulsed with laughter. Let's see. Am I done? Oh, so another thing that happened in high school was Tony Trout insulted me when I was in high school. And I can't even remember what he said, but I came home real upset, and I was helping Mom set the table. And Mom just looked over at me and said, Carolyn, did you have a bad day? And I burst into tears, crying. Now, what's interesting is that I don't care what Tony Trout thinks now, today. Who cares what he says or what he thinks? But it was so important to me then. He really
Time to
hurt
go
my feelings.
fish.
Exactly. But as it turns out, a couple years later, he tried to unbutton my blouse out of purpose. So I'm like, really? You insult me and now you're unbuttoning
How old
it? No.
12.
Did it work?
And he became a doctor.
He did
was
become a
used,
doctor.
He was used to button.
So I thought I'd end my talk on a sexual note. Happy birthday, Mom! And I'll say, you can have my speech forever.
Oh, okay.
Who would like to go
Thank you
next?
very much.
I will.
Chuck.